Industrial forklift battery chargers are classified as appliances according to the National Electrical Code. This means that Article 422 of the NEC applies to their installation and operation, especially concerning overcurrent protection. Article 422 addresses various aspects of appliance wiring and protection, aiming to ensure safe operation and prevent electrical hazards. Overcurrent protection is a critical element in electrical safety. It protects equipment and wiring from excessive current, which can lead to overheating, insulation damage, and potentially fires. Overcurrent devices, such as fuses and circuit breakers, are designed to interrupt the flow of current when it exceeds a safe level. For industrial forklift battery chargers, proper overcurrent protection is vital due to the high currents involved in charging large batteries. The specific requirements for overcurrent protection of appliances are detailed within Article 422 of the NEC. These requirements depend on several factors, including the appliance's rated current, the type of motor, if any, and the overall installation conditions. Here are some key considerations when applying Article 422 to forklift battery chargers. Firstly, determining the appliance's rated current. This information is typically found on the charger's nameplate. It is essential to use the correct rated current for calculations to ensure accurate overcurrent protection. Secondly, selecting the appropriate overcurrent protection device. Article 422 specifies the types of overcurrent devices that are suitable for different appliances. For forklift battery chargers, fuses or circuit breakers are commonly used. The overcurrent device's ampacity must be properly sized to protect the charger and its wiring. Thirdly, considering motor-operated appliances. Some forklift battery chargers may incorporate motors for cooling fans or other functions. If the charger contains a motor, the overcurrent protection requirements may differ from those for non-motor operated appliances. Article 430 of the NEC provides detailed guidelines for motor circuits, which may need to be considered in conjunction with Article 422. Fourthly, understanding branch circuit requirements. The branch circuit supplying the forklift battery charger must be capable of handling the appliance's load. Article 210 of the NEC provides requirements for branch circuits, including conductor sizing and overcurrent protection. It is crucial to ensure that the branch circuit is properly sized for the charger's rated current. Fifthly, paying attention to the installation requirements. Article 422 also addresses the installation of appliances, including wiring methods, grounding, and disconnecting means. These requirements are designed to ensure safe and reliable operation of the appliance. For forklift battery chargers, proper grounding is essential to prevent electrical shock hazards. A disconnecting means, such as a switch or circuit breaker, should be readily accessible to allow for safe servicing and maintenance. Here are some specific sections within Article 422 that are particularly relevant to forklift battery chargers. Firstly, 422.10 deals with overcurrent protection, requiring appliances to be protected against overcurrent. The rating of the overcurrent device depends on whether the appliance is a motor-operated appliance or not, and the specific requirements are detailed in this section and related articles like Article 430 for motors. Secondly, 422.11 covers the branch circuit overcurrent protection, specifying that the branch circuit supplying the appliance must have overcurrent protection as required by Article 210. This section ensures that the branch circuit conductors are adequately protected. Thirdly, 422.12 addresses the disconnecting means. Appliances must have a means to disconnect them from the power supply for servicing or maintenance. This disconnecting means should be readily accessible and clearly labeled. Fourthly, 422.16 discusses flexible cords, which may be used to connect some appliances. This section specifies the types of flexible cords that are permitted and the requirements for their use. Fifthly, 422.30 onwards covers installation requirements. This part addresses the support, guarding, and location of appliances, ensuring they are installed safely and securely. It's important to consult the specific edition of the NEC that is in effect in the jurisdiction where the forklift battery charger is being installed. Electrical codes are updated periodically, and it is essential to comply with the latest requirements. Local electrical inspectors are responsible for enforcing the NEC and can provide guidance on specific installation requirements. In addition to the NEC, other standards and regulations may apply to forklift battery chargers. These may include Underwriters Laboratories, or all Standards for Product Safety and Occupational Safety and Health Administration, or OSHA, regulations for workplace safety. Complying with all applicable standards and regulations is essential to ensure the safe and reliable operation of forklift battery chargers. Regular inspection and maintenance of forklift battery chargers are also crucial. This includes checking the wiring, connections, and overcurrent protection devices to ensure they are in good working condition. Any damaged or worn component should be replaced promptly. Proper maintenance can help prevent electrical hazards and extend the life of the charger. In summary, industrial forklift battery chargers are considered appliances under the NEC and are subject to the requirements of Article 422. This article provides guidelines for overcurrent protection, wiring methods, grounding, and disconnecting means. Compliance with these requirements is essential to ensure the safe and reliable operation of the charger and to prevent electrical hazards. Consulting with a qualified electrician is recommended to ensure that the installation meets all applicable codes and standards. Remember to always refer to the latest edition of the NEC and any local amendments that may apply. Furthermore, consider the specific characteristics of the forklift battery charger being installed, such as its rated current, motor type, and installation environment. Careful attention to these details will help ensure that the overcurrent protection and other electrical safety measures are properly implemented. It is also beneficial to understand the purpose of each requirement in Article 422. For example, overcurrent protection is designed to protect the equipment and wiring from damage due to excessive current. Grounding provides a path for fault current to flow back to the source, helping to prevent electrical shock hazards. A disconnecting means allows for safe isolation of the appliance during servicing. By understanding the rationale behind these requirements, electricians and installers can make informed decisions and ensure that the installation is as safe and reliable as possible. Training is also an essential aspect of electrical safety. Electricians and installers should receive adequate training on the NEC and other relevant standards. This training should cover topics such as overcurrent protection, wiring methods, grounding, and disconnecting means. Continuing education is also important to stay up to date with the latest changes in the electrical code. In addition to the technical aspects of electrical safety, it is also important to consider human factors. Electrical work can be hazardous, and it is essential to follow safe work practices. This includes wearing appropriate personal protective equipment such as gloves and eye protection and using insulated tools. It also includes being aware of the potential hazards and taking steps to mitigate them. Before working on any electrical equipment, it is essential to energize the circuit and verify that it is dead. This can be done using a voltage tester. Lockout/tagout procedures should be followed to prevent accidental re-energization of the circuit. Finally, it is important to remember that electrical safety is a shared responsibility. Electricians, installers, employers, and building owners all have a role to play in ensuring that electrical systems are safe and reliable. By working together and following best practices, we can prevent electrical hazards and protect lives and property. Applying the requirements of Article 422 to industrial forklift battery chargers is not just a matter of complying with the code. It is a matter of ensuring the safety of workers, equipment, and the facility as a whole. By taking the time to understand and implement these requirements properly, we can create a safer and more reliable electrical environment. Considering the harsh environments where forklift battery chargers are often used, such as warehouses and factories, adds another layer of importance to following Article 422. These environments can expose the chargers to dust, moisture, and physical damage, which can compromise their safety and performance. Therefore, it's crucial to select and install chargers that are suitable for the specific environment and to provide them with adequate protection. For example, using a charger with an M4 or 4X rating can provide protection against dust and water ingress. Additionally, installing the charger in a location where it is less likely to be struck by forklifts or other equipment can help prevent physical damage. Regular inspections should also include checking for any signs of environmental damage, such as corrosion or cracked enclosures. Addressing these issues promptly can prevent them from escalating into more serious problems. When replacing or upgrading forklift battery chargers, it's an opportunity to review the existing electrical system and ensure that it meets current code requirements. This may involve upgrading the branch circuit, replacing overcurrent protection devices, or improving grounding. It's also a good time to consider energy efficiency. Modern forklift battery chargers are often more energy efficient than older models, which can save money on electricity bills and reduce the facility's environmental impact. Selecting a charger with a high energy efficiency rating can provide significant cost savings over the life of the charger. Furthermore, advancements in battery charging technology have led to the development of smart chargers that can optimize the charging process and extend battery life. These chargers can monitor the battery's voltage, current, and temperature and adjust the charging parameters accordingly. This can help prevent overcharging, which can damage the battery and shorten its lifespan. In conclusion, the application of Article 422 to industrial forklift battery chargers is a multifaceted issue that requires careful consideration of electrical codes, environmental factors, and technological advancements. By understanding the requirements of Article 422, selecting appropriate equipment, and following safe work practices, we can ensure the safe, reliable, and efficient operation of forklift battery chargers in industrial settings. Remember that the information provided here is for general guidance only and should not be substituted for professional advice from a qualified electrician or electrical engineer. Always consult with a qualified professional to ensure that your electrical installations meet all applicable codes and standards. The complexity of electrical systems requires a thorough understanding of the NEC and related standards, and it's important to stay updated on the latest changes and best practices. By doing so, we can create a safer and more productive work environment for everyone. It is also beneficial to consider the long-term implications of electrical installations. Designing and installing electrical systems with future needs in mind can save time and money in the long run. For example, anticipating the need for additional forklift battery chargers in the future and providing adequate electrical capacity can avoid costly upgrades later on. Similarly, using high-quality materials and components can extend the life of the electrical system and reduce maintenance costs. Sustainable electrical practices are also becoming increasingly important. This includes using energy-efficient equipment, reducing waste, and minimizing environmental impact. Implementing sustainable electrical practices can not only save money, but also contribute to a more sustainable future. When troubleshooting electrical problems with forklift battery chargers, it's essential to follow a systematic approach. This involves first identifying the symptoms of the problem, then gathering information about the system, and finally using logical reasoning to determine the cause. Safety should always be the top priority when troubleshooting electrical problems. To energize the circuit and verify that it is dead before working on any electrical equipment. Use appropriate personal protective equipment and follow safe work practices. If you are not comfortable troubleshooting electrical problems, it's best to call a qualified electrician. Electrical safety is not just about following the rules, it's about developing a safety culture. This involves creating an environment where everyone is aware of the potential hazards and takes responsibility for their own safety and the safety of others. Regular safety training, toolbox talks, and safety audits can help to promote a safety culture. Furthermore, it is crucial to remember the importance of documentation. Maintaining accurate and up-to-date documentation of electrical systems can be invaluable for troubleshooting, maintenance, and future upgrades. This documentation should include wiring diagrams, panel schedules, equipment specifications, and inspection reports. Having this information readily available can save time and effort when dealing with electrical issues. In conclusion, ensuring electrical safety for industrial forklift battery chargers involves a comprehensive approach that includes understanding and applying the NEC, considering environmental factors, utilizing technological advancements, following safe work practices, and promoting a safety culture. By paying attention to all of these aspects, we can create a safer and more reliable electrical environment for everyone.